So if you guys are wanting to know the hidden cost of owning a home here in San Antonio, we're gonna break it down step by step of what these hidden costs entail, because most first-time home buyers are only worried about their mortgage payment. That's gonna be your principal, your interest, your property taxes, and your homeowner's insurance. And why most first-time home buyers are only focused on this is because that's what they see coming out of their pocket initially. But that's not also factoring in the other hidden fees. So before you guys move forward, you still need to make sure that the house you're going to move forward with is still going to make sense. So first things first, you have your HOA community fee if you decide to live in an HOA. Now, most HOA communities are going to have pools, playgrounds, walking trails, etc., but some of them don't. So you need to figure out, hey, does me living in an HOA community really make sense for me? My wife and I, we own 2 properties in HOA communities. Right now, we have 1 baby on the way, so we don't necessarily use any of the amenities that HOA has to offer. So for us, it's like we're kind of throwing money away. Now, on the bright side, with an HOA community, you can expect your neighbors to have well-maintained lawns for the most part. The house isn't painted like a bright purple, a bright red, a bright pink, etc. If you guys know what I'm saying, because there's other communities outside of HOAs where it'll be tough for you to sell if your neighbor has tall grass, their blinds are all scrambled, messed up, they have junk, rotting cars out in the front. It'll be very difficult for you to sell. So I can see the benefit of an HOA in that instance. So you need to factor in HOA fees. Now, most HOA fees, they're accounted for every quarter. So HOA is probably going to be around $60 a month. You can definitely expect for there to be pool, playground, play sets, walking trails, maybe a gym, etc. And if that fits more of your lifestyle, then moving forward with an HOA definitely does make sense. So your real estate agent, before you even sign the dotted lines that you want to move forward, your real estate agent, hopefully it's me, should already be telling you what your quarterly fees will be every single quarter, so you can go ahead and factor that into your budget. Second, we need to talk about home maintenance, because this is also very overlooked. You need to factor in, hey, will you have home security? I really don't recommend home security. I recommend getting a Ring doorbell and paying the minimum subscription, because all these extra gadgets, it's just my opinion, I don't feel like you need them, because you can end up paying about an extra $50 a month for home security. So you need to factor those things in. Number 2, factor in, are you going to be doing your own lawn servicing, or will you also hire a company to do that? If you're looking for a company, we partner with multiple landscapers, but that is an average $50 to $60 extra a month if you plan on using that service. You also need to factor in pest control. Are you going to have pest control included? That's going to be about an extra $30 to $40 a month. So you need to factor that in as well. Are you going to be doing your own pest control, or are you going to hire a company to do it for you? You need to also factor in utilities. So you have to understand that, of course, you're going to pay CPS, which is the electric and gas company here in San Antonio. It's kind of like a monopoly, because there's no other electric and gas company that is available in San Antonio. And then also your water. So we use San Antonio Water Services, aka SAWS. They're responsible for your water. So if you have an irrigation system, please keep in mind, if you're going to be using your irrigation system, and all that an irrigation system is a water sprinkler set. So instead of you having to manually water your grass, you already have it set up where you have sprinklers that come out of the ground and pretty much water your lawn. So if you're going to be using that, you need to understand that your water bill is going to be higher than usual. But I'm going to tell you right now, water bill is anywhere from $30 to about $80 a month, on top of CPS, which is gas and electric, depending on the size of your home. Around fall, spring, winter, you can expect your bill to be around $130 to about $120. That's just me right now. We do own 3 properties by the grace of God. One of them we're in right now that's not in an HOA community. And that's more or less of what we're seeing. but around summer, it can definitely, creep up to around, 180 to about 220, depending on how much usage you're utilizing, right? So you do need to keep these factors in mind and ask yourself, hey, does this still make sense for me before you even sign that dotted line to move forward on the property? Let's also factor in home repairs, because if you're a first-time home buyer, you more than likely rented or you maybe lived with your parents, but this is completely different now. If there is something that needs to be repaired, it is on your dime now. So there's no calling in the landlord. Like, this is all on your dime. If you're going new construction, they do have home warranties. So that is going to be a very minor, small deductible out of your pocket, if that. I know there were some, home repairs that we had to make with our new construction home, and it was $0 out of pocket because most home builders are offering home warranties. Now, for us, in our case, it was more so just cosmetics. Like, after you live in a home for about a year, your home starts to settle and you'll start to see very small minor cracks in the sheetrock, which is no big deal, but that's more or less of what we experienced. And then we also had another third-party home inspection before our 1-year home warranty expired. And essentially, we had some missing insulation in the attic. It was nothing too crazy. So the builder sent out the insulating company. They went inside the attic and they spray foamed insulation, right? To just make sure that the house was staying as cool as possible, being as energy efficient as possible. So please keep that in mind as well. But if you're going pre-owned, you more than likely don't have any home warranties. So before you actually move forward and sign the dotted line, make sure your real estate agent is negotiating that the seller pays for a 1-year home warranty on your behalf. Hopefully it's me, because if anything goes wrong with appliances like microwave, washer, dryer, let's say the HVAC, let's just say anything in your home goes wrong, goes south, and needs maintenance or needs to be repaired, you have a home warranty included. So these are going to be, the hidden costs. If you guys are also wondering what other costs are associated with you owning a home before you actually sign the dotted line, please make sure that you're aware that you're going to need to pay for a third-party home inspection as well. That's going to be around $350 to about $400, but it's an investment at the end of the day. It gives you peace of mind. But number two, you can also request repairs before you actually move into the house to be done based off of that inspection report. And it's pretty much your safeguard. So I would say these are the hidden costs associated with owning a home. If you have plans on potentially investing, owning a home here in San Antonio, give us a call, give us a text, give us an email. We'd be more than happy to service you. And with that being said, we love you guys. Peace and blessings. See you on the next one.